Hello, welcome in today's video. So today is a nice day and today I'm feeling energetic and I'm really back, and in today's video we are launching a new series, and this one is going to be a big one. It's going to be a different one, and it's going to be the first time of its kind on the YouTube, and on my channel is going to be also the first one. And in response in what the video I made previously about the 16 clones we are going to build with React Native, Ep0 and Next.js 15 with Node.js and Typescript, in response to this video, if you haven't watched it, it is better you first go away ahead and watch this video, because I was talking about the upcoming builds that we are going to build, and I talked about a number of things. And actually I was supposed to build an e-commerce, and due to a lot of requests, people asking me to build, I'm just going to right away start on these 16 builds, and we are going to start with the first one. Of course, it's going to take us a long time to come up to build all these for different industries, but we are going to be looking at one industry at a time. Now there are about 16 and above industries, and we're going to be looking at one. We build one application for that industry, and we need to make that application really covering a lot of people, so that when a person comes and he wants that solution in that department, we have a complete solution for that person. And that is the aim. And you're not going to be building just only a web application. We are going to be building the web system plus the mobile app, so that we have him or her covered in that area. And in today we are launching our first one. That deserves to first even just like pause for a bit. We are starting on the first one, and the first one you're going to start with is the school management software. So this one has been asked, even people have called me, people have told me, please build one LMS school management software. People have been requesting really a lot. I promise you, we are going to tackle all these areas. We are going to tackle all these areas, but we cannot do them at once. We have to tackle one at a time. And we are going to be really advancing as we go on. As you're going to see, in always the first app, you do a lot of hard work. And in the other apps, would have already built the component system for React Native and Ep0, would have built a lot of things already in place, and it's going to help us to actually build all the next apps. So it is good you start with the first application, because the whole core concepts are going to be built in this one. We are going to build the component library for ourselves, the one you're going to be reusing. We have to build authentication system we'll be reusing in all other apps. So it is good that this first one you really pay attention and you be part of it. And this one is going to really be a big build, so I just want you guys to sit back and relax. We are going to be really moving steady, and I'll be documenting most of the parts. I'll be documenting and documenting and documenting. And I'm not even going to be documenting alone. I'm putting a dedicated team on the documentation, so that we have everything we cover in the course, we have it written down, so that you can access it in the other episodes or even in other builds that you are going to make on your own. So now let's just go ahead and introduce about the system, and I'm just going to give you a chance, you guys, also to contribute on the you're going to comment on those ones you think, or on those ones you want to the features that you need to feature into this application. So let's get into the presentation, so that you can actually see the software itself you're going to build. So you're just going to be building a school management software, and this is actually a software because it's going to be both running on the web and also it's going to be running on the mobile app. Okay, so this is going to be really nice as we build this software. So as we said, this software is going to be running on two platforms. That's going to be a web app and a mobile app, and it's going to have its own backend API that is going to power both the web application and also the mobile application. So you can see the route we are taking and the magnitude and the sense I'm giving this. We are going to give it really all what it takes, and I'm just going to be all full in to really see this app through. And breaking down the tech stack, this is the most common question most people ask in the comments, and they always ask what is going to be the tech stack. And I want to be so much clear on the tech stack we are going to use so that you'll be knowing what you are going in for and what you're going to get. So the first thing, you're going to build a web application fully powered by Next.js and Typescript with Tailwind. This is the one we have been using all the time. We have been using Next.js, Typescript, and Tailwind. We have been using this and we are going to have a good ride with this. The only difference was that we had never powered it with a backend API built from some other language. We have been powering it with its own backend that we built with Next.js, and you know, we have been powering everything from authentication using Next.auth and all other things. But this time we are going to look at how we are going to power this using Node.js backend API. This is going to be really fantastic, and we're going to be looking at how we are going to do authentication, roles, and we have roles that we are going to implement. And then after this, we are going to build a mobile app. Now, before the mobile app, we will of course look at a React Native crash course. But we're going to be, specifically for the school management, we'll build using React Native. That is, we're going to use Expo router. Actually, we're going to use Expo router 3. It's v3, and this is going to be very interesting. And we're going to also use TypeScript, and we'll also use Tailwind for styling. And Tailwind is the same as Tailwind on the web, but this side is called Tailwind. We are going to use this one for styling and making sure that everything is looking awesome. We are going to have a lot of fun, a lot of challenge, debugging, and falling into errors, both of us, so that we can learn through this. And this is, by the way, not that I'm just going to pre-record this, I'm just going to be building it in real time so that you guys get all the errors and the nice stuff. So moving on, we're going to have a backend API powered by Node.js and Express. And then we'll use TypeScript, we'll use Prisma for querying the database, and Postgres. Now, most people have been asking me, you use MongoDB all the time in all your projects. Can you please show us how to use Postgres? And this time we are going to power it with Postgres, which we are going to use NeonDB to power this. And by the way, I'm just going to show you how you can switch between Postgres and MongoDB. It is really easy. You change only one thing or two and you have them switching. So it's going to be really nice how we are going to do this. Me personally, I'm just like ready and I just want to get into it. So what are the main features that we are going to implement in this? The really actual features, we are going to break them down. I will make another episode now breaking down what is going to be in which portal and which modules are we going to tackle in each. I'm just going to make a separate video for that, but in this case I want to give you a high level overview of the features that are going to be into this application. The first one is going to be SaaS-based solution, meaning that we are going to be actually having it as a multi-school. This one is also a big one. Now, the reason why we are considering this, actually, there is a guy even who called me, I think from, I don't know if it's from Nigeria or most people. Oh, the problem I've seen, I think, I've seen in the with the school management system, the people have built it and tried to distribute it over different clients. The first thing is that the cost is always high. This is a high-end full-featured application, and you tend actually to sell it expensively if it is going to be one school. So you can imagine you're going to build this solution and you're bringing it to a school, and they're supposed to be maybe $3,000 or even $5,000. Now, most of these, most like in Africa, I'm not sure in Europe how people consume this, but in Africa here, most of the institutions, high school, primary school, and even universities, they are not willing to actually pay all that huge amount of money to consume the software. And most people who have this software have been so much frustrated in actually distributing it, and they ended up having it not effectively actually implemented. So we want to make it SaaS based in such a way that first of all, we're just going to be like a school can come in, even we give them a trial period maybe, and then they can register on the same system. They create their own school, they get their own landing page, they can customize a domain, and they have their school running. The good thing with this is that you build one solution and you give it other schools and they share the cost, meaning that you can even allow them to pay a small fee per year in compensation to this. This is going to be really easy for people to adopt it rather than having a whole big full-featured stuff. Now, we still have you can opt in to build for a certain school and bring them like a feature or two. You customize for that, or you add it in the entire system. Of course, it will need to be improved over time if this is going to work. Of course, you cannot develop a school management system that is going to work across all education system. You're going to see that, and the solution you're going to offer there. Another feature is going to have, of course, the mighty four portals that everyone has been asking for: the student portal, teachers portal, parent portal, and admin portal. It's going to have all those four portals with different roles. We're just going to have different roles. We might add also like a librarian and others, but basically you're going to consider only those four in our MVP, and we're going to be having different activities done for each of these roles. So it's going to be really nice how you're going to implement this, more especially with Node.js. And then we have school landing page. For every school, it is just going to get its own landing page, where it can also manage all the content that is going to appear on that landing page. We're going to make sure that when the school registers, they can go in the setup and they manage the page, the landing page. They can show all the information they want. So there will be sort of a small CMS to manage the content for that landing page that we are going to build for a single school. And of course, we are going to have also a learning management system, and I never wanted to build another one for a learning management system. I want to put this one in the learning management system, and this is why you have online courses, and you can just like buy a course and just like that. We'll have this one also included, and due to that, there is going to be user template based modules. Now, what do I mean by user template based modules? So in a second ago, I told you that it is very hard to build a school management software that is going to cut across all the education system. We have different education systems. For instance, if you look at how university portals look like, they are slightly different from high school portals or even primary school portals. There are the primary school and high school portals. They have different way they define things. For instance, they use subjects, classes, others use lectures on at the university or college. So there is a little bit different of even the terminologies and even the concepts that are done. However much the system might be almost having the same features, but these are somehow different. Now, to be able to manage this, when a person is going to be signing up for the school, we're going to basically ask them exactly what do they want to build, so that we know the template to actually show them. For instance, we're going to have a template for the learning management system, and also a template for the high school and the template for the university, so that we almost have it like customized for a specific institution. And this is going to be very easy for like to be adopted by that certain industry or institution. And we try to see how best we can do this from the Next.js site and the React Native. We try to see how we can manage the template. And now the full features that are going to be, for instance, in the student or teacher, parent or admin, they are going to be, of course, like basically most like the managing of students, teachers, and all that. We are going to see them. But what I want to tell you is that also I just want to keep it as minimum as possible, more especially with the features. Now, most of these softwares, I've really seen people struggling saying like school management system, because sometimes when a school buys the software, it is really having like a tons of features that they don't know how to get into. And so first of all, we have to keep it to an MVP. We are going to define ourselves the viable product or the minimum viable product that we need to stick on, all the features we need to see in the system, and then implement those ones. And then the rest of the features are good to be implemented as you customize for that specific institution. Most times you put all these fancy features and they are not actually interested in them. There are some things they cannot change for some reason. But at least you have to have like admission, enrollment, paying fees, generating pay slips. Those ones, we're going to put them in our MVP, but we're not going to put extremely high fancy features that have not been tested in the feedback. We also put a small feedback, I think, system so that if a school is implementing, and then they can communicate which features they might want to see in the app. And this is always good for a software when you are launching an application. It is good just to have like a feedback system so that the user, whoever is using, can be able to communicate back to the developer and say, would like this system or this feature changed, maybe we are requesting for this one. People can vote even for those features, and it's going to be really nice seeing how we're going to implement that one. So what is the plan? How are we going to build this? So the plan is we're going to start with a web app. And why I'm starting with a web app, it is like this is the only simple part, I think, of the application. Like this is why we're going to build the forms, the UI, the dashboard, and everything that is going to be really looking nice is going to be Next.js. And this is a part we are really so much familiar with, and we're just going to jump in right away. We start with Next.js. We build the landing page for the school management software. We also build a landing page that is going to be on the, when someone signs up, is going to be getting the landing page. We'll have the school management, the school landing page, and then we also build the dashboard or dashboards. Then from there, we'll just go ahead, we build the API. So after building the API, we'll integrate this API into Next.js, and after that, we'll go ahead and build the mobile app with Ep0. Now in between there, would have created, I'll create also a tutorial for the React Native crash course, and I will also publish it on YouTube, and then we just continue from there. And then we'll have, after building the mobile app with Expo, we'll do also an API integration. So of course there are going to be 2 API integrations with the web app and plus the mobile app. And this is going to be really interesting to see how also we handle this in the React Native world. This is going to be really tons of work, and you should be ready in, because if you really want to be a software developer and you are not going to build these to do apps, or you build like small apps, in building these big applications, really you hustle a lot. And from all that hustle, you will find that all other applications that a client is going to provide, they are going to be really small. For instance, when a client brings to build maybe a small system, the fact that you built a whole huge system and you have all these lots of resources, the forms, reusable forms, some UIs, cards, you have all these things already set for you, you will see that all other things, they will become really easy. And that's why we are focusing into this one. And for my case, really also showcasing, if you're going to be a company in software, of which I really encourage each of you, if possible, start up a small IT solution in your country, and then start small, looking for clients. But having these solutions in place, a client right away is going to trust that you actually know things and you have built a lot of things. You cannot just say you're going to build his app and it is the only app you have, or this is going to be the first app. It is always good that you have some things you have built and you can show them when he brings that I need this solution, I need an e-commerce solution. You're like, actually, I built an e-commerce solution, so I understand very well what I'm supposed to put in and everything, and the client actually grows confidence and you end up getting that client. So next is the access. Of course, everyone is asking how is it going to be accessed, and is it going to be entirely free on YouTube, or is it going to be full, all of it paid? How are we going to do it? Now, I actually sat down and thought about this, and really the amount of work, dedication, burnouts that is into this, guys. If you have tried to build the software yourself, you understand very well it comes with a huge amount of burnouts. You need to put in a lot of energy, and you need to be motivated to do this. And in order to be able to do that, I really need your support. I really need your support. Building this really entirely for free is really hard, and I cannot do it. What I did is that we are going to build the web app with Next.js, typically the front end, the dashboard, and everything. We are going to build it free on YouTube. For those ones who cannot manage to buy or even have the course, there will be also an option of buying the source code later on after we finish the system. But if you just want, you can actually watch entirely. And also the source code is going to be a little bit higher compared to the user ones, because this one is really a big one and it's going to have a lot of reusable components and everything. So we are going to have the web application, and not with the integration. The API integration itself is going to be in the premium course, but the build of Next.js dashboards is going to be entirely on the free on YouTube. I will also provide a React Native crash course, is also going to be free on YouTube. And then the API with Node.js and Typescript is going to be premium. And then we'll have mobile app with Expo, is also going to be premium, and the API integration. So trust me, it is really worth it that you also pay amount of money, because you actually stick to the system. Because you imagine you're just like doing everything for free. If you are doing everything for free, it is very easy to drop away because you have nothing to lose. You didn't put in anything. so you are most likely to actually drop off the course. But if you pay some good amount of money, is also going to be a motivation why you need to stick to this, so that when you pay some money, you will just want to come every day to actually learn something, to fulfill or to get value for your money. So I understand really when it comes to this, I understand and I agree. If you don't have money and you cannot manage, it's really okay, but I'm just going to go with those ones who are willing really to put in something little to learn all this, because I'm very sure you have searched on the internet, you have searched on online, you have also searched on Udemy, plus even entire YouTube. There is no one who is going to provide this kind of value really, even for what I'm just going to try to do. So moving on this, as we have seen we have already seen the plan and we have already seen the access. Now, how much is going to be the premium? That is also the next question. I know very well most people are used to buying things from Udemy, and that's why in the first place I didn't put the Next.js full stack course on Udemy. For sure, according to me, how I see Udemy is that maybe if you have like 1,000 students at $10, I don't know, you may just come up maybe with 1,000 or something. But really, those people value for money, I don't know. But they always, whether you put a course at $200 or $150, they will still sell it at 15 or 10 or whatever. So that's why really people who build big things and like serious creators, they will not go on Udemy. Their courses are going to be hosted on their sites, and you can check on all other big guys you watch. You can just go and check on Simplified, Dev Simplified, Fireship, Adrian for JS Mastery, and so many other YouTubers who have really good content. I really believe like Antonio and all these other guys, they really create high quality content, and I like it. There are so many creators in the field, and you will see that most of them, the big creators who create the valuable content, they will not put their courses on Udemy. They will just like have their own website and they host this. And the reason why is that somehow Udemy does not really bring out the value that you have put in the course. You find that it is sold like $15 or $20, and it has like about 1,000 hours you put in this, even exceeding that. Some of us, we build enterprise solution, like solution which are going to be used by actual clients, not just building demo or just like those small apps without CSS. You have seen those where someone builds a course and is building like a demo kind of app which has no much CSS and all that. There we just build a full enterprise solution, like a sellable app, the app you can build and you can sell it. And you have seen it, what we build with the Next.js full stack course. If you haven't watched it, I will also leave a link in the description. You can check it out. And that's the reason why we didn't do it, because we build a lot. We really build a lot. If you go and see in the Next.js full stack, it was really pumped. We built the full stack portfolio, we built a 3-in-1 e-commerce, we had APIs and everything shared. We had a lot of things we built in that, and for sure to come at that price, it is really heartbreaking with some of us who are freelancers, and this is what we depend on. So I really want you to understand this. I really understand also your side. I wanted, because after comparison with all these other creators, you will see that they sell their Next.js courses at 500, others 300, as 500, and now this one is just like 3 times or 4 times bigger, because theirs is just like school full stack course, which is like Next.js, of which I provided at $100. And I also gave a discount. Right now it is on discount, people are buying it at a lesser price. So you can say like, I always just like try to get the value for money. Really, I think about you guys, and that's why I choose these prices accordingly. So $250 really compared to the value in this. I was seeing courses, people saying $8,000, $1,000. So really $250 for someone who want to change their lives, it is really not much. And I've tried to look at strike a balance on the price that I can do, and this is just going to be not even like, it's going to be one-time payment, and you have full access to this. So what is the next, or what is the way forward after watching this? What do I want you to do right now? The thing is, right now the school management system can tend to have really many features. We are going to create a scope for ourselves at the end of the day, but what I want you to do right now after watching this video is that just go make some research. That is one thing about the school management system, and just have those features, or if you already have some features that you really want to see in this system, this is the perfect timing. And I always want to bring this in the first place for people to comment, so that I see what they are thinking, or what features are they hoping in the application. So the school management system can really tend to have really many features, but you can't just like stick to the MVP. That is the first thing. And the second thing is, you can just go ahead and give us a list of features in the comment section that you don't want to miss in this application. You can just say, for instance, managing reports, examination, online, maybe online tests and all that. You can just go ahead and comment in the section, in the comment section, and add those features you really want. And remember to keep it to an MVP. What I'm saying is, we are not going to put like 1 million features, because this becomes a barrier when you come to selling it. Having an application having 1,000 features, and it is very hard to know where to start from. It is also hard for clients to use this application. So what I want is, simply go in the comment section, tell me the features you want to see in the app, and any other thing you want to comment on this system. And also tell me if the audio is clear enough, because I'm just going to be using this one in the course. And if the video, you can also show me or tell me the quality of this, how is it looking, and how we are going to do it. And I'm really so much empowered to start on this and build this with you guys. I need your support. I need you guys to like this video and share it. And after reaching 1K like this, I'm just going to be preparing to release the first episode. Now this one is just like maybe episode 0. The first episode is going to drop explaining the features and starting with the Next.js application, so that we kick off. And there's a lot also I've been working on that I'm just going to introduce. When I'm just like showing you the landing page, I'm just going to show you that I build an entire component system that you're going to be also using in this course, and it's going to be really nice. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one, and I'm waiting for your comments. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Most people download the videos. Please go back and like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and help me reach as many people as I can. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode.